Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Batman Arkham Asylum. So, we're in this side quest where we found out the Joker is trying to poison the lake, the water supply, and as such, we now have to destroy these distribution sewer sections. I guess when we do that, that will open this door to allow us to go to Arkham West. So we're probably going to end up fighting a couple of groups of large amounts of enemies. Although if we can get the right sneak on them, I guess it's not the right word I'm trying to use, get the drop on them, then I can hit them with this new and improved very slow battering and grab up to 3 people to start with. There's basically no collectibles now that I could miss as long as I know where they are, and I'm fairly certain that I kind of know where they are. We're scanning the water. Exposure to this water would be fatal. So he's using the Titan water, I think, to try and poison people instead of turn them into a collection.
Held him upside down and beat the crap out of him.
Alright.
Did he pay up? Nah, he spent it on the track.
What? You let him get away with it?
Do I look like an idiot? When I found out he had no cash, I cut out his kidneys, his liver, a few other bits I don't know the name of, and sold them on the street.
So I don't know if hacking this is gonna blow up the whole room,
People just buy stuff like that.
but I think it might.
Always a buyer out there. Whatever you're selling.
It's the back!
He's making you look cute. Great. Only 2 more to find. That's why I want you down there. He's trying to shut down the power. Do not let him.
Like, can he?
Do you want me to send Harley? Oh, she's locked up. Do you want me to come down here?
That's the second pump shut off.
Just 1 more to go.
Alright. Now.
You're gonna bleed out your face!
Blow a hole.
We can drag those guys down, and it's just a matter of remember we can tap the battering if we come anywhere close to the dangerous people. So what we're trying to do here is get a combo going, and as far as the review I saw, it seems like these combos really only can be locked in once you're playing the challenge modes, and I bet that is definitely true. I bet there is a considerably larger amount of enemies and they are just more challenging in general compared to the main game. See, I got a combo of 6 there. That's basically nothing. Let's see. Meanwhile, we shut down that one and we shut down that one, and there's nothing else to do. There was really no reason to go over there. And there's an Arkham interview tape that we have to use the barbed wire, go over the barbed wire with the line rider to get this. This is going to be the last interview with Killer Croc, who we already defeated, so who cares?
Last night, the patient was pacified after a breakout attempt. Gardier and Cash is in hospital. Reports state that the patient attacked Cash and in the struggle consumed his left hand. Cash is lucky to be alive. He lost a lot of blood.
Me too. I nearly choked on that bony
So, yeah, I guess we now know how Cash lost his hand.
I'll see you around. Tick tock, tick tock.
What's funny, he's making a reference to Peter Pan and the Lost Boys, and honestly, I'm not sure kids these days would immediately get that reference. There's so many other sources for cartoon movies and such. Old Disney ones may not cut it. Alright, well, we got the collectibles. We can walk out here. The water levels should be acceptable levels. Probably you're gonna run into some more blabbermouth Joker teeth. I bet there won't be any enemies that attack us right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do get attacked in this area. Joker sounds like he's getting more desperate. Or the writing is just getting worse in general. Take your pick. There's no benefit as far as I can tell, and I don't think the game ever implied there would be any benefit for playing a game stealthily.
Stick your head out so I can blow it off.
Let's see.
What?
So, what they want me to do is use this on this and do it quickly, and I probably didn't do it quick enough. The point there was to the point there was to drag that on top of him and kill him. I don't think that's gonna work now. In fact, I'm pretty much doomed. And my health is too low.
Hold up! I'm coming with you.
This would break. Sure.
Haven't you found him? What's keeping you? He's down there. I know it. You know it. So just do it.
But I don't have the remote detonator. So let's see. I kind of need people to be under here, and I don't think that they'll just do that.
I want Gotham to melt in the tidal wave of corrosive goo. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah, they're not gonna walk and pathfind this direction. Or at best, one of them is, and that's it.
Joker never said anything about caves when he bust me out of Blackgate.
And my health, I don't think is gonna refill. And if any of this was pretty to look at.
He's over here.
Right, let me ask that question. Now that they started running that direction, is there possibly something I could do to get all of those guys killed at the same time? No. Just forget it. Just forget it. But
I need cover here.
let's see. Come on. You gotta get this last guy down. I think you just hit harder when your life is low. By the way.
Listen. It's like you don't want an outbreak of Titan-enhanced mutant babies climbing over Gotham.
Kind of a great example of how this can go wrong. And how just your general upgrade abilities are not quite good enough. So here we have something to hack that I'm not sure what it even does. I kind of hate this coding, this lockpicking minigame with the thumbs more than most. Probably is really bad for anybody who's missing a thumb or something. Like, this, I imagine no accessibility option for something like that. Alright, so the general idea was that these would have blown up on top of people and you would have been able to sneak all over the place. And I didn't try any of that and didn't care to try any of that at all. Looks like there might be, like, yeah, there's no extra way out of here. Looks like there's a couple of more people to take on, but I think they're in the other room. Yeah. Meanwhile, there is a collectible somewhere over here that I missed. So where is it? It's not going to be a scan thing. This would have been broken if I'd done a line rider through it, but I have no idea how I would have been able to do a line rider through that. Nope, I'm in the wrong place. The way this building curves is confusing. I can't even hit these from this distance. Have to see if I can find a way to angle from that. Do I have to get all the way up there? I think my health refilled, but apparently maybe not. Let's look and see how this really plays out. Three variation bonus, some experience. And apparently my health was already at maximum because it did nothing to increase my health after that point. I've got another one of these. Another opportunity to listen to basically nothing.
More distracting. Their insane mutterings and constant twitching disgusted me. There was only one way to cure this evil. Only one way to purify the city and ensure its future. I needed to prepare myself. I needed to be ready.
It would be kind of funny if it turned out that there was some kind of things in the water of Gotham. Some kind of toxin, some kind of spore, something that drove people a little bit crazier than normal. I've made the argument before that you had to be fairly insane to live in Gotham City. Like, often Gotham, or at least parts of Gotham, is depicted as being full of incredibly rich people that get robbed very often, so I don't know why rich people would stay in Gotham. In the DC universe, it seems like you could move to any number of other cities that are real, or cities like Central City where the Flash lives, and you would be better off there. Superman is like grew up in Kansas, so yeah, maybe there is just a actual level of insanity that is truly attributable to people living in Gotham and putting up with the acts of extreme violence that happen very frequently. Like, in comparison to the real world, the only city I think that has any real superhero vigilantes running around, or people dressing up as superhero vigilantes, is New York City. And I think even without that, you probably are a little crazy to live in New York City for too long. Anyways, I guess there's not really any other reason to stay in this room. There's a lot in this room, though. This was a weird, like, quarter circle room, and I think that hurt the odds. Too many enemies, the likelihood of you actually being able to stealth around pretty low. But in all fairness, did I actually blow up the tanks? I guess I did. Like, I kind of don't see anything else to turn off. Yeah, I see this wire. I see that shut off. That wire seems to be there. It says the water purity levels is at an acceptable level, so I guess we did that. Yeah, I've totally failed to learn how to play this game the right way, or the way they want me to play it. And I could really not care less. You can kind of tell that they meant for you to be able to crawl in these, but I've never seen these in a place where stealth would make sense. And there's not, like, there's a difference between Batman hiding in the shadows to stalk his prey, and Batman hiding in the shadows to cower in fear and basically play hide and go seek. Throw some more Joker teeth at us, so we just have experience to get more health. I'd argue it's probably a decent thought that they didn't bother to have some kind of health.
I'm sending down a token of my displeasure. Of course, I hope it doesn't hurt you too badly.
Like, this would be funny if nobody comes. Alright. So back behind there, we've got a Titan character. And in these cases, these are easy enough to take on. You can do pretty large amount of damage to them. And now I can use him to smack the other guys around, or potentially even smack this guy into the electrical field. It's like I'm getting a decent combo here, but no duh, of course I can get a combo when I'm playing like that. So let's remember the proximity ability, by the way. The proximity explosive gel. That was a thing that I never really got to use, but maybe 4 or 5 times in the entire game. This is a very different style sequence that we have here, because we are now fighting just group of people after group of people, instead of the stealth section that was what we just did. So that this almost is an attempt to give us one less stealth section to make us prove we've learned how to play the game since the word go, and we really haven't. And then they're going to give us one less combo battle section to make us prove we've learned the combo battle system, which we really haven't. Apparently I got a 19 hit combo there through a lot of cheating. Take note that there's only 4 bodies on the ground. Also, they made a special effort there to not have to not have us have a whole bunch of bodies on the ground. My modern PC would certainly have no trouble with that, but I could see. What is that? There is something up there. How do I get to it though? One more of these, and since we're here, we might as well get the sonic shock battering. Now, if we can get 2 more upgrades, we'd get the multiple frequency detonator, and the cryptographic amplifier.
I had a sudden pang of conscience. I sought counsel from my priest on the choices I had made. I asked him if it was a sin to kill in order to save a life. The holy man said all life was sacred, but a judgment would not be upon my soul if I acted to save another. I left the confessional with my soul uplifted, convinced more than ever I am doing a service not only to mankind, but to God as well.
It's interesting to see a DC story talk about God. The religion in general, not really talked about too much, at least not until maybe recently. I imagine the Kamala Khan being a Muslim character, she probably talks about it somewhat, and as more social justice warriors are being allowed to be in charge of DC, you'll probably get more of that. But yeah, a Judeo-Christian concept. I guess I'm supposed to blow this up. Like there's nothing else that really can be done. But even in the way that it's being discussed here, and the implications of religious people living in Gotham with all of the terrible things that happen and how that would affect their religious feelings. It is basically being used as a excuse / negative for this person who was originally in charge of Arkham to justify murdering his patients. Did I really need to pull down 3 of these? Like, surely doing that just once would have been good enough. And did I really need to blow up that? I don't think I really did. So unfortunately, if we are going to come back and try and collect everything, I mean, I'm going to have to make some mad dashes through several different areas. And we're going to see. We still have to take out Poison Ivy and her Titan plant, which I guess is at the Botanical Gardens. And then maybe we will just be run directly into the end of the game. So I could do this, but I believe it is faster just to do this, even though this is particularly slow still. So we are out
Ivy's
where?
getting stronger. I need to stop her now.
I think she's still in the gardens where you left her, but she'll be in control of it now. You'll be walking into a trap.
That's what she thinks.
So we've got a plant all the way over there. We've got some more pod plants that we could attack if we wanted to. The whole island's getting destroyed and torn apart. We're on this side of intensive treatment, so we might as well get these things. But I kind of don't feel like I want to run around the entire island, because if the plants disappeared and everything kind of went back to the way it was, or at the very least we had less of these running around, that would be preferable. We also now know what this large ledge that we could never reach is. This cutout is getting more and more filled in as the game moves forward, so it's a visual depiction of how far we are into the story. Alright.
This island belongs to me now.
So this is like the 3rd or 4th different person in charge of, or in control of the commentary in the open world, none of which was needed. So if I start to play Arkham City and I find that that section is just full of more of that will be a disappointment. Is this a riddle? Does Scarecrow grass break down barriers? Alright, that was a riddle. Next, need the line rider over this direction so that we can use the line rider this direction to get that trophy. Yep, there definitely was not a way to get that way any other way. And let's see, we still have something hidden. Is there a riddle? No, it's Joker trophy, Riddler trophies. So well, I've ended up somewhere I probably shouldn't have. Let's see. Let's just run over here and punch this guy for good measure. It seems silly that there would be a Riddler trophy. And it has to be a Riddler trophy. Over in this general area, and I just can't see it in detective mode. It kind of ruins the idea of detective mode being useful the one time it stops being useful. So there's gotta be, it's either gotta be on the other side of this door. No, it's right here. So am I standing right under this? Am I gonna pull it down and hurt myself? Yeah. Alright. So here's a question. Riddler teeth. How many have we broken in this area? We're missing 2.
Are you up to the
and
challenge?
also missing 2 Riddler trophies. How can we be missing 2 Riddler trophies? Do these silent takedowns. Yeah, still no reason why silent takedowns are preferable. They really don't give you more experience. There's no Riddler teeth here. Would the blabbermouth actually show up on the island in detective mode? Would I be able to see them? Yeah, it kind of feels like I just need to wander around the areas and see if I can hear some chattering teeth. And these might be giving me a little bit of something to do while I'm looking for chattering teeth, I suppose. Until we run out of these. Like, one assumes chattering teeth aren't hiding some far distance off in the corner. And typically they tend to just be in your direct path. So it's weird that I would have missed 2. Maybe I've just missed 2 permanently for the entire game. That might be the case. Yeah, unless it happens to, unless they happen to just be hiding somewhere, like really high up. But the chattering teeth tend not to be hiding high up. Again, they tend to be exactly in your direct path. So it would be a betrayal of what we've been taught up until this point. And maybe I could use the Land Rider to get up higher, but I don't think so. I don't think that there's a way to cheat this. It's so dark. And I know that's a Batman thing. I know that's the Batman aesthetic. It's not really fair to say Batman should not, a Batman game should not be dark, but boy is it dark. Like, what you would have wanted to do, or what I would have wanted to do at least in this scenario, since you're telling a Batman tale, is have the game start very bright and cheery and show off the visual aesthetics, get people very happy with the look and feel of the Arkham Island, and then as the game proceeds and progresses, you just move closer and closer to midnight, and then at the end of the game you run off into the sunrise, I suppose. Cliche to say, definitely, but I think it would work. Okay, so there must just be trophies somewhere that I can't see because I haven't been, because they're just not unlocked at this point. So good news is I think we can pretty much get everything else on the island. I could have gotten this a while ago. That's nice that that speeds that process up by a little, but it's not instantaneous. Ideally, I'd like to be able to pull the trigger and then it just pulls, and with a quick jerk. That's all you have to do. Like, instead of this slow tugging. Like, there's no need for that. Alright. Maybe there's some chattering teeth in this area. I don't think so. And we walk through here, and we're in Arkham North, and we've got some more.
What do you think you can do, Batman? I am everywhere. My babies know your every move. You and your kind are arrogant enough to think you can destroy us. You will fail, and we will become the most powerful force on the planet.
Let's see, can we hit this guy? I think we probably could, but let's just for safety's sake go with no.
You're just delaying the inevitable.
Right. Where are we? There's like one collectible over here and one collectible over there. So let's get ourselves back this direction. And then jump this way. And we'll go ahead and take out this pod. The game's gonna kind of really suck if it turns out that we have to take out all these pods to get enough experience. It doesn't feel like that's really the case and how this is really going to play out, but there doesn't seem to be like a challenger. Yeah, this game is completely devoid of any sub-challenges or quests or things that you would normally have in a bigger RPG open world game. So you either do things because you want to do them or because you want the experience, or you just ignore it and don't do it. I think I could fairly easily ignore all this. They could have certainly put vines over the exits and required me to defeat all these plants. I think they probably chose not to go that route because of just how annoying that would be. Yeah, I can't actually go here and get that collectible, can I? Yeah, because there's nothing that lets me break through those steel bars. So clearly that's the answer we needed, as far as will the island go back to the way it was, or perhaps a new game plus occur, something like that, something that would open up the realm of possibilities as far as collectibles. And yeah, it's pretty obvious that we did. So do I want to fly all the way that direction? No. It's highly unlikely that by killing all the plants in this area. Why can I not crawl up there? I guess there's crumbling now. Interesting. Highly unlikely that by defeating these I'm making poison ivy weak.
For hurting my babies.
Oh God, she has to stop going on about those plans of hers.
When I finish with Batman, I'll be coming after you, Joker.
Will you really? Oh, that's gratitude, isn't it? Women. You give them presents, experimental chemicals, and nice costumes, and they still turn on you. Well, good luck to you, Toots. I got an army, a city-sized dose of Titan, and a bag of weed killer. Come and find me when you're done with that raid. Ooh, it'll be fun. You can bring the wine. I'll make the salad.
Yeah. I guess in this area we've already collected everything, so there's just some more chatterboxes. So that should be fairly easy. Come up this way. Go with the silent takedown. Come on. Alright, fine, forget it. We don't need to deal with that. We'll just run this way.
It's rude to keep a girl waiting, Batman.
Apparently he lost sight of me. Then he got sight of me. He's wearing goggles, which I guess might be new. Did I miss some chattering teeth on the other side? That's kind of all we're looking for, is chattering teeth. Let's see. Could there be some chattering teeth here? Let's just go ahead and take all of these out. There we go. How many chattering teeth are left? We've destroyed 8, it says, and it wants 2. What did I just break? Then. Oh, well, I guess continue to run around. There's no other collectibles, so this is getting really dull. Running around this spooky graveyard. Probably shouldn't be on the island. I don't think that would concern the psychotic patients more to see a graveyard outside the windows. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if I'm just wasting my time with this, or maybe we'll just come out of this area one more time and run into a couple more blabbermouths, chatterbox, chattering teeth. I think that might be the case, is that there's just more story. As ridiculous as it seems, I think there is just more story that we're gonna do even after defeating Poison Ivy. Which, in all honesty, I bet we don't really fight Poison Ivy, because hitting a girl more than figuratively by slapping away her plants, or by, there we go, by flipping the Harley Quinn a couple times would be asking too much, I guess. Alright, well, I think I killed them all. And I got all the chatterboxes, and that's what I was really looking forward to doing. So, let's see if we can walk through a door without triggering a cutscene. This would be a good point where it would just trigger a cutscene and make it so we don't have to
Do you like what I've done with the place?
transfer
My
and walk
babies
through
are
this area all
growing
over again.
Come and see.
These guys are not getting stronger by any means. Right. So our main focus would be the abandoned chamber and going the wrong direction when we get to this split to go and get this one collectible, and then stopping Poison Ivy, because we may lock ourselves out of the opportunity to wander around this area, but I imagine we won't. We have one more riddle and 2 more Chronicles of Arkham, and we still have 3 characters. Poison Ivy as a character already has a bio, right? And I think we've gotten all of our interviews. I suspect we may have all of the interviews of all the characters. Let's just see if that really is true. No, we're missing 2 interview tapes from the Riddler. We have all of Killer Croc's. We're missing 1 from Harley Quinn, which probably was overlooked. We're missing 2 from the Scarecrow. So yeah, there's still a decent amount. And then there's still 8 of the Spirits of Arkham's. They really, really didn't want you to get that story early, clearly. As far as collectibles, we're at 205. So it does seem like once we get rid of the last item, once we get rid of Poison Ivy and all the plants, we can probably run around the island and get all the collectibles. The medical facility in particular is going to be a lot. The caves, we know where those 2 are. Arkham Mansion is going to be not too difficult. Yeah, the penitentiary and intensive treatment might be the worst of them, because intensive treatment, if we look at the map here, intensive treatment is going to probably require me to just run through a lot of stuff and then run right back out through the same way, whereas medical, I guess there's a decent amount of running I would have to do in medical too. Caves, as long as we can enter the caves from intensive treatment, that wouldn't be too bad. It'd almost be nice if you could fast travel to these areas at this point. This mansion, super easy once we go and do that. This is gonna be relatively easy. Penitentiary, not really as bad as it could be, certainly, but it is going to take more work, and I feel like we've already put in so much effort to get 100%. We're probably on a path where it'd be ridiculous for me to stop at 99%, unless there's just some rage quit collectible that's just glitched out and I can't get it. I still won't get 100% of the entire game because I have no intention of doing any of the challenges, but this is something at least. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.